morning everybody, and welcome back to Aussie Starcraft. It's 6:30 on a Monday morning. I thought what better way to kick off our new week than with some Heart of the Swarm action. We have some more games from the Acer Team Story Cup, this time from the Acer versus Complexity series of games. In the bottom left hand corner is our blue Protoss. We have Complexity's Vipro. In the top right hand corner is our red Zerg. We have AcerBly. Now Bly, no stranger to the channel. We cast some of his recent games from the Kaspersky Arena, and he's been doing very well for himself the last 12 months. So excited to see what these two players have in store for us today. Of course, Vipro, I don't believe we've cast on the channel, but very talented Protoss player, and we're looking forward to seeing what he brings to the party today. Of course, we've cast a particularly large amount of Zerg games lately, predominantly ZVZ, but also a lot of Terran versus Zerg. So thought make sure we even things up a little bit and cast a few of the Protoss vs Zerg games out of this series of games. So Team Story Cup, really cool tournament played between the major esports gaming teams, played in series to determine obviously where the points allocations go, and whichever player wins each respective game, they're literally best of one series between players, with whoever wins staying in and the opposing team throwing in a new challenger against them. So got a lot of cool rules. We'll throw the link both to the tournament and these players in the description below, so you can check those out, and I don't spend too much of the video describing the little nitty gritty for players that may be fairly familiar with the tournament. So these games are about a week old at the time of casting. We have Vipro throwing down a gateway, likely actually throwing down his cyber core as well now. So as both guys, both assimilators mining quite heavily, two in each. It's the most productive manner of mining, particularly when you're just looking for 4 gas worth of drones. Naturally 6 will give you the best gas per minute ratio, but 2 in each is a lot more efficient than 3 in one and 1 in the other. So just a little tidbit there for if you're not familiar with the mechanics of how that works. It works in a very similar way to why 16 is a sort of optimal number for mining minerals. The gas per minute return on the third drone not quite as high as it is on the first 1 and 2. Spawning pool on the way for Bly's. Spawning pool finished up. Metabolic boost now on the way for a few Zerglings moving out into the middle of the field. Vipro having thrown down his Nexus here at his expansion. Mothership core finishing up and moving to defend that, so these Zerglings will get across and potentially cause a little bit of damage, but the Mothership core is going to be able to drive them back quite quickly. Zerglings of course are unable to shoot up, so the Mothership core should be able to rain these in quite quickly. One Zergling going down there. Oh, nice quick pylon being thrown down there from Vipro. The sentry just finishing up at the moment, but this sentry is going to be able to wall this in if necessary. So more pylons going down, ensuring these Zerglings don't make it through into the main base. So we see Bly continuing to morph in Zerglings here. Already have about 8 down here trying to force the cancel on this Nexus. Mothership core up to 8 kills here, just plugging away consistently at this Zerglings, trying to micro those Zerglings away, but unfortunately unable to quite get there. Vipro forced to wall himself in with the force field, but managing to save that Nexus and get quite a few kills there. So 306 minerals lost for Bly, and nice photon overcharge there is going to force these Zerglings away yet again. So warp gate almost finished up now. Have a Stargate on the way from Vipro, so this will be interesting to see what Vipro decides to produce out of this. Got our queens in place now for Bly, continuing to try and put on little bits of pressure with these Zerglings, but with this walling completed in 2 sentries here, there's not a lot Vipro has to fear from these any Zergling run-bys. So have a few Overlords in position ready to scout. These will be ideal for trying to pick out exactly what Vipro's tech choices, and we do in fact have him going for Phoenixes, so we could have 3 Overlord kills in quite quick succession, though Bly is throwing down his third base now. And as of yet, no other tech structures on the way for Bly, so it'll be interesting to see what he goes for once he makes his way up to layer. Whether he, Phoenix now on the field, so I imagine we won't be seeing Mutalisk, and we find a lot of Protoss players doing this now in the ZVP matchup, going for the Stargate and getting out 4 or 5 Phoenixes. It really provides, second Overlord being picked up here, really provides a great disincentive for Zerg players. If they go Mutalisk in the face of already sufficient Phoenix numbers, they're looking to trade quite poorly, and it forces them to go for other units, generally some sort of ground-based attack. And we have Burrow on the way now, as well as the Lair, and Roach Warren being thrown down, so we could well see some sort of large Roach play out of Bly. Have a Robo going down as well for Vipro, and a Forge for some upgrades. And Vipro looking to open up his own third base, so Vipro trying to get things done. Phoenix picking off a few of these workers that are mining gas, which is always a handy thing to do if you're a Protoss player. It takes a little bit extra micro to throw your drones back in there. So a few unlucky drones being picked up by the Phoenix, and we have the Phoenix up to cumulative 6 kills, so not a bad little effort at all for those Phoenix. Still haven't quite made their money back. Picking off this Overlord up here would be a nice little pickup as well, so hopefully one of them will scout that sometime soon. Forcing a few spine crawlers, or spore crawlers, sorry, one in each base, trying to prevent these Phoenix from doing a whole lot more harass, but that they are starting to make their money's worth, and by money's worth I mean the drones and Overlords that they've killed, combined with the monetary cost of having to drop these spore crawlers. Picking up that Queen's a nice little pickup. We do in fact have a flood of Roaches hitting the field. 21 have either popped or are on the way, and currently we have Vipro defending with only a few sentries and a Zealot, so we're going to have Vipro in quite a sticky situation momentarily. He's got Colossi on the way, which will be instrumental in trying to hold back this Roach sledgehammer. We have the Tunneling Claws actually on the way for Bly. Not an upgrade we see all the time. Roach Speed actually on the way behind that, so these Roaches will be quite quick by the time they get to the fight. These Roaches able to burrow to try and avoid the Phoenix's annoyance, picking up a few Roaches there. So these 4 Phoenix from Vipro have done actually quite a little bit of damage here. Though we do have Bly trying to counter that with just a massive Roach sledgehammer, and if this can hit Vipro's main base before he's able to get some substantial units out, we could have quite a bit of problem for Vipro. But luckily for Vipro, he does have a cannon there, so he spots the tunneling Roaches trying to move in. Nice force fields are actually going to be able to pick off one of those Roaches, but the other Roach able to tunnel away. And Vipro is finding himself in quite a sticky situation. He knows that he can't compete with these Roaches, as the force fields actually aren't doing what they're intended to do. The ability for the Roaches to tunnel under those force fields actually going to be quite irritating. Bly doing so much work with these Phoenix. If we go to the units lost tab, we can see it's now 1800 to 400, so getting so much work done. This Phoenix cloud continuing to grow. Have 7 Phoenix on the field at the moment. These Roaches are in an awkward position, no upgrades, unable to do a whole lot of damage. Force fields being thrown down, but tunneling of no real use here with the cannon being able to detect. And now Colossi mixed into the play. So Vipro second Colossi almost finished now, and there it is walking down the ramp. A few more gateways being thrown down as well as Blink, so could see a transition into Blink Stalkers, which will trade very cost effectively against this group of Roaches. Bly unfortunately unable to threaten this third base. Third base now under well. 3 more gateways being warped in. We have these Roaches that have actually walled themselves in at Vipro's potential fourth base. So Phoenix is going to spot these, and we are going to have them go down quite quickly. So we have about 18 roaches here, but roaches uncomfortably floating around as Phoenix pick them off. We have Bly going for a double expand, but it is quite a substantial push. These two Colossi and the soon-to-be Blink Stalkers push up are going to get the easy kill on this fourth base. And what's in place for Bly to be able to defend this? He's got no units at home. The Roaches and Hydras are moving out across the map, going for a base race, but there's nothing that can shoot the Phoenix. We have Viper just stomping into the natural expansion. The Queen's going down. These workers also pinned down here. A few hallucinated Archons are going to be mixed in. See if we can create just a little bit more chaos for Bly. The Roaches and Hydras have managed to muscle their way in the front door. There's no Mothership core here for Photon Overcharge by the look, so they are able to muscle in and take out the natural expansion of Vipro. We have some Protoss forces, no, not being mustered, just the drones sitting on the high ground there. They are a few sentries and zealots starting to warp in up here, trying to muster some resistance. No other force, no substantial force like a Colossi being more warped in just yet, but a few cannons going down, trying to hold us off. He knows the cyber core is going down, so he's throwing in a replacement up there. The base race in full swing at the moment, moving in, taking out the lair there. Drones choosing to burrow, which is a nice little move for Bly. They're going to save most of these drones. Moving into third base, able to just stomp his way through these photon cannons. The base race. Oh, we have Mutalisks in the main as well, so it looks like we're going to have all these bases going down for both our players. Third base of both players now under assault. No static defense here. Stalkers are going to take out this Queen and a number of workers. We have the rest of the Protoss army trying to make its way back to defend the base. Can he save it before all these probes go down? We have some Stalkers moving up the ramp. The Phoenix are going to move in here, and they're going to put the Mutalisks in quite a difficult situation. And here we have the unfortunate dynamic of Phoenix versus Mutas. Nice big concave here for Viper, able to trap some of these units. The unit's trying to flee, but Observer now on the field. Looks like it has Observer speed. No. Yes. No, it looks like it definitely has Observer speed. It's quite quick. Mutalisk, great pickup, able to grab these Colossi and these isolated Stalkers. This is very bad for Viper, but these Phoenix able to do so much work against the Mutalisk. Mutalisk, nice control there, able to pick off one of those. These Stalkers being caught on the ground. But we have both these armies reduced to just a handful of units. Zerglings unburrowing in the main. They're going to be able to pick off these poor probes. They're long distance mining into the natural. Cannons here able to do some damage against the Zerglings. Zerglings aggroing onto the Zealots. Looks like a few Zealots will be able to save it. We have 5 Roaches in here. We have Viper. He really needs to pull back to the defense of these cannons to try and get more effective engagements against those Roaches. We have the Phoenix swooping in. Will they be able to burrow in time? 1 Roach manages to burrow. Sorry, 4 Roaches manage to burrow, but one of them manages to get picked up by the Phoenix. We have almost no mining going on for either of our players here. We have a whole bunch of probes that are on strike. These guys really need to get back to work, and we need to get some more mining bases going on. Have the new 4th base of Bly underway and mining in this location, but quite exposed. Oh, the Phoenix have found the Mutalisks as they find the probes. We have 44 workers killed on one side and 50 on the other, so quite a poor game to be a worker this matchup. It just seems to... Oh, Roaches unburrow again. These couple of Roaches being very persistently annoying, able to burrow and unburrow, and not a lot of detection, but we do have another Observer moving out, so these Roaches forced to beat a retreat. A few Zerglings in the middle of the map trying to make pests themselves. These Phoenix just doing so much work on the Mutalisks. Really surprised to see Bly grab those Mutalisks when there was such a substantial number of Phoenix in play already at the start of the game. These Zerglings going to try and make their way down into the main, but we do have cannons here. All Viper has to do is stay within range of those, and the Zerglings will be able to do very little. We have no units currently being produced by Viper. Oh, a bad micro there, rallying right into the Spore Crawlers and Hydralisks, so these Phoenix are going to have to fall back. 3 of them, not really enough to do a whole lot of damage. And we have some roaches and hydralisks moving out. More roaches on the way, 8 more on the way. Viper really needs to get some of his mining back on track. Have Bly throwing down his hatcheries again. The roach warren actually about to bleed out if this creep doesn't make it over there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That roach warren will explode. So another roach warren going to have to come down, but spawning pool also needing to come down. So we've got very limited unit choices available for our Zerg. If he doesn't get these tech structures rebuilt, he is going to be limited to Zerglings for the foreseeable future. So really, if Vipro can get a Colossi out and move out, he'll be in quite a substantial unit, quite a substantial composition relative to our Zerg player. So, but currently we have just pure gateway units against these teched up roaches and hydralisks. No upgrades as of yet though, so Vipro in a bit of an advantage with his 2 ground upgrades. His units are going to be much more effective, and the units cut in half there. You'll notice he used those force fields ahead of the hydralisk, knowing that the roaches can get back and forward there. He didn't want to get the hydralisk on the high ground, roaches on the low ground, otherwise the force fields would have been virtually worthless. But the Blink Stalker's using a bit of micro to try and trade effectively against it. There is the hydralisk providing great DPS, even the Phoenix coming in here to try and level the ground a little bit. We have Vipro GG's out of that game, and Bly is in fact victorious. So nice little comeback there for Bly. We had Vipro doing so much damage in the early game with those Phoenix, and the big Colossus push looked like it was set to win the game for him, but Bly doing very well in the base trade there here on Yonsu, and just a great back and forward PvZ between these two players. So not every day that we see a base race in this matchup, but a bit of fun to see it here, and fun to see Bly come off victorious. So well played to both these guys. We're casting a few more games from this series, so stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be throwing those games up progressively over today and tomorrow. So if you have any requests from that series, throw them down in the comments below, and we'll try and cast any of the games you guys would like to see. So hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you next time here at Aussie StarCraft. Thanks guys.